Welcome to Wild Sun Tarot. This is your monthly reading for the zodiac sign of Aries. Welcome, Aries. So, this is for your sun sign as well as your moon sign or rising or the Venus sign. Please take what resonates, and if it doesn't resonate for you, you can always check out my daily readings on TikTok or book a private reading with me. Every reading won't resonate with everyone. You can just take what does and leave what doesn't. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get on with this month, July. Very warm, too warm sometimes. Okay, let's see what's coming in. If you don't want to see me shuffling, you can always skip this video a little bit forward to where I start. Oops, what is this to discuss? That's a lot of messages, but we'll take them in if they want to show up. Oh my god, there's a lot of major arcanas. Sorry, here for you, Aries. The world, damn. Okay, interesting. Okay. Here, here, and here. Beautiful. Okay. So let's start as always from the center here. The world, amazing card. This is the end of the major arcana in the journey of the Fool and Tarot. If you know a little bit about the Tarot, it's that we have major arcana cards, which is 22 cards starting from 0, and this is the last one. So what that means is that this is a cycle of your life that it's coming to an end. Now, I'm not sure what type of cycle it is, but it seems like it was coming, with the Temperance card in the past. It seems like you were getting impatient almost for a change, okay? And maybe the change that came wasn't the one you were expecting, okay? I'm not sure of that. Because I see that there's some anxious energy here and there, or maybe you were expecting this change, but it can still hurt a little bit, right? You can still be unsure of it. But what is happening for you on the current energy with the World card being in the center is an end, and at the same time soon a beginning of something new. Something is coming to completion. It's a full cycle, and it's also a very powerful energy. So it may feel like you accomplished something recently, or something huge was added to your life, even if you don't feel necessarily like you've again accomplished something, or like you've come to an end. Subconsciously, this is what's happening. So sometimes we just go through life, and there's small or bigger changes we understand, and some changes we don't even notice, but they're happening. Something is ending for you. Maybe it's a result of something coming in your life, or something going away from your life, but there is something that is changing. So maybe it can be even a behavioral change. You just started doing something different, maybe in some time in the past, and right now this is ending. I feel though like you were waiting for it. With the Temperance card in the recent past, I feel like you were anticipating almost where the next chapter is. And guess what? The one that is you're currently in needs to being accomplished, right? It needs to finish for another one to come. So that's what's happening currently, okay? I feel like something is coming to an end, something is coming to a full story. So, there is like a combination of energy here. Yes. And the King of Wands here as a challenge. It may be that maybe you have hard time with accepting the way things go, even if they go outside of your control, okay? Overall, it feels like you're in your power, like you were wanting something to change. Again, I'm repeating myself, but I strongly get this idea of you anticipating, but at the same time, many changes or like good things that come into our life, they come in the disguise of a chaos. And I feel like right now a challenge for you is to maybe accept that things may have been or may be soon out of your control. And accept, what I mean by accept is that admit to yourself that maybe sometimes you won't be in your power, but that's good. That means that something is coming. The change you wanted is coming, but it may put you out of your balance, okay? With the Two of Pentacles, out of your control. And I think like subconsciously, that there may be things you cannot, I'm looking for a better word for balance, like things you cannot really do all at once. But for some reason, it's hard for you to admit that, okay? It's hard for you to admit, maybe because, I feel like you were preparing for something and maybe like you want to show that you are prepared, like this is your time, it was coming and it's here and you got it. But you need to also remember that the change that you want will come and will mess things up and be a little bit chaotic. And you need to agree on that, agree to lose that some sort of control, okay? Now, that brings me to another card here, which is the Devil in the reverse. So again, it's like this King of Wands with the Devil in the reverse. It's kind of like this unhealthy attachment to the present, okay? What it is, it has to stay that way. And very often when the change is coming, when we complete something, when another thing needs to begin, we need to make space for those things. So it cannot stay the way it is, okay? Whatever it is you want, you hold on to it. Because you hold on to something aggressively, almost like unhealthy, right? And it has to go in order for you to get on another level. Now, I'm looking what it could be. I think it is something from the past. It can be that you have some different ideas of what the future would be, okay? It may be a relationship that it didn't work out and you really want to hold on to it. There may be like people you've outgrown that cannot go with you on the next journey, next chapter. It can be that there's need to be a change in the way you think, in the way you approach people or approach life in general. It needs to be maybe a little bit less spontaneous, a little bit more responsible. But I don't want to, keep guessing, because you know what it is that you hold on to. So soon you'll need to make a decision. The Lovers and the Devil, they're usually very connected on the traditional tarot deck. Like you can see, it's almost like the same card, but one is healthy, the other one leads to unhealthy attachment. So the Devil is in a healthy attachment, the Lovers is the healthy one, and also a choice. Because in a healthy attachment, you're always able to make a choice. And if someone wants to make a choice to leave you or to change something, you need to let them happen, okay? And if this is you who needs to make a choice, you need to maybe resign from one thing to gain another. And again, it doesn't have to be a relationship, but there's something that you need to let go of. You need to say goodbye. You need to change. You need to choose to leave, okay? And you're having a hard time with that, Aries. And you know what? This is very your energy, Aries. Not stubborn, but like in your power, right? Like very direct, I have the last word. Well, you do, but you cannot have everything. You literally have to let go and make space for the things you wanted to come, okay? And I'm not trying to tell you that you cannot have everything you want. What I'm trying to say is that the path you were heading to, it needs to be more clear. And in order for it to be more clear, in order for it to lead you where you want, it needs to be changed. Simply, your life needs a change right now, and you're very against it. I can see. Okay, and this is not an attack. Okay, I'm just trying to help you. I'm trying to tell you that there needs to be some changes and decisions made by you. Decisions to let go of some stuff. You're with the Six of Swords here in the reverse. So I feel like even though when you're moving into the future, when you're moving to that different energy, you're taking a lot with yourself. So again, if you're trying to start a new life, you're taking the bad behaviors, the bad I don't like the word bad. Let's change it. The unhealthy behaviors, the unhealthy patterns that you attach to somehow into your new life. And when you do that, the new life won't come, okay? It will just be the same cycle, looking differently, but subconsciously it will be the same cycle you're going on and on. So maybe your life needs a little bit of balance. And by balance, it's like just simple cleanup, you know? Like some things needs to be changed, some behaviors, some surrounding environment, your habits even, in order for you to gain that new life you want, the one you want. In the environment, Eight of Swords, yeah, again, like that's why I feel like there may be just people who tie you to, they have idea of you, and they project that idea onto yourself, and then you may doubt yourself, or you may think you're someone else than you are. And that's what it's, for example, you know, in the past, like that needs to go. Like if there are people, I'm sorry, I can't really like this, you see, even I'm like starting to suffocate myself, because this Eight of Swords in your surrounding, it's like the energy that doesn't want you to be in your power, doesn't want you to change, doesn't want you to grow. They whatever that is, this energy, it's kind of, it has a picture of you, and it wants you to see yourself bonded to them, or just like prisoned almost, you know, by this idea they have of you. And damn, you need to just separate yourself. If this is a relationship, this is not okay. This is not okay, and it's time to move away. If this is a person, close person to you, or people to you, it's time to say thank you for your opinion, I'm going on my way. And it's not even like I'll prove you wrong. No, it's just like thank you, it doesn't align with me anymore. Okay, and you know, I'm not trying to tell you it will be easy, because I see that very powerful cards here. Those 4 cards are very powerful, so I know it won't be easy for you, but it's necessary for you to grow. Okay, I feel like you also may be scared to make that change, because with the Knight of Wands in your hopes and fears, it may be that you feel like whatever it is coming, like whatever this new life is, you're scared that it won't be sustainable, that it will come and go, that this will just be like a blip in your story. So you're attached to the old version, old habits, old people, because this is something that is sustainable. Like that's what you feel like. You've always been with them. And to free yourself and to go into this unknown is risky, because you don't know how long it will last, right? So I understand the fear, but it's always the new monster, even though I think that that's not the saying, but what I want to say is that I know, like, we prefer to know the bad stuff, right? Like we keep ourselves in these uncomfortable positions, these traumas that we know, because the next one can be scary. But if you conquer this one, whatever comes next, you'll be able to conquer as well. Maybe you won't have to, because maybe it will be better. Usually it is better, because you're freeing yourself, okay? And even if the next thing won't be as sustainable as this one was, you will come again on another level. It's time to move. Even if that movement would be temporary, you cannot stay in the same place. I mean, you always can. I'm not telling you what you can do, but then you will never move, okay? Like if you stay in the same place, you will keep repeating the same cycles. So sometimes we just need to like be free, like this horse right here. I hope you can see this. just like a Mustang, right? Like just get yourself free. And if you ever watch this animation movie Mustang, like he's free, but he's being trapped, right? Because of his freedom. But then he finds a new friend, and then there's another thing. And like that, how life goes, right? I'm not telling you that whatever you're letting go, you will come to a always better position, but the change is always better than staying stuck. Especially for you, from what I'm seeing, you're in a position where there are unhealthy attachments, okay, to people, things, habits that it's time to let go. It's an opportunity. The world in your current energy in July is showing up as an opportunity to change. And it seems like you have a choice, and having a choice is something beautiful, and you should use that possibility. Overall, Nine of Swords, it is tough. It may be very challenging for you emotionally and physically, so take time to have a good sleep. Try to not overthink this. I know it's easier said than done, but you may be in your thoughts a lot this month. Be aware that thoughts are something that comes and goes. Don't attach yourself too much to them, okay? Try to just not rationalize, but sometimes it's good to like write down your fears, so then you can see that, you know, there's always a solution, or that everything is temporary. Don't be limited by your thoughts. That's what I'm trying to say here, okay? And sometimes, like when you start to just overthink and, you know, see all these bad scenarios, just take few deep breaths and then be like, okay, I'm just overthinking here. This won't lead to anything. Let's go to sleep, or let's go out. Let's take a walk, okay? So be mindful of that this may happen this month, but it's okay. You can conquer that. The most important part is to make a decision. Don't overanalyze this decision, okay? I think you know there's something unhealthy here, keeping you stuck, and the world is here as an opportunity to let it go, make a choice, and move forward on your path, which is really nice. It's time to free yourself. It came. You were waiting for it, okay? So don't reject that. Let's see what messages we have for you from the oracles, Aries. Oops, that's two cards we have here. One and the other. So nothing will come of this situation. Hold your vision. Interesting. On the first side, seems like they're contradictory, right? Like on one side, nothing will come out of the situation. On the other one, hold your vision. But what I feel this is saying is that, again, like it's time to go make your vision happen. And out of this situation, nothing will come. So it's time to detach. It's time to make a decision for your vision, to see your vision, to go where you want to be. And don't feel stuck when you're no longer, you cannot search anything here anymore. You are free to go find your vision. That's what it's saying. Which is, again, amazing. This is the time. We have 1, 2, 3. Let's see. A pelican with the wand, like the Knight of Wands. Let's see what it says. The pelican is the first spirit you encounter as you cross over to the spirit plane. It is known as the Emperor of the Unknown. The glowing scepter in its claws filters the world you see, and instead, the pelican shows you what must be seen. Yeah. It is the guide for yourself within yourself. It requests your deepest fears, sorrows, and pains to come to the surface. For some, only mere hours are spent with the pelican. For others, it can be years. Once you have settled your physical karmic debt, the pelican takes the debt into its scepter and grants you passage forward. Amazing. So basically what it is saying is that, again, you're in this life, right? And you're going, right? And for some people it takes longer, for some people it takes quicker to finish the cycle. But when you're at the end, right, it time to let go, right? All of those fears, of the sorrows, of the pain, it will come to the surface very in the end, and then it is let go. You make a decision to move forward, and the passage will be granted. That's basically what we were talking about. Okay? So I can't wait, Aries, to see where that path will take you. This will be very transformative month for you, even though we don't have a death card per se here. I feel like you're on the path of a soon new beginning, right? So I hope next month we will see some some new beginnings, because this cycle will end for you this month if you let it end. Okay? So remember that this situation is done and you are going towards your vision. Okay? You're granted the passage forward. Thank you so much, Aries. Have a great month. I'll see you in August. Bye-bye.